We hope you're having a good Thursday. I'm BobbyFi. This is my 5 and 5 for tonight's NBA slate. There's still a lot of news to come, so take this with a grain of salt, but this is where I'm currently standing. It's a very difficult slate at the moment, but I'm expecting a lot of value to open up and some key pieces to start showing up. So I am going to share my screen over here and we will talk about my plays. It's a tough slate, so just keep that in mind. We're going to have a little bit of a hard time trying to navigate this as it's currently constructed. But again, I promise you, there's a lot of questionables and some back-to-backs in the Miami situation. So we'll figure it out as we go. But this is what I've got for right now. On DraftKings, without Jaylen Brown, it's hard not to have interest in both Tatum and Smart. They're going to be very popular. I don't think you need to play them together. I think in cash that they're pretty much automatic. But I will be probably over what's already going to be a pretty chalky field. I love the idea of pivoting to KD as maybe a pivot off of Tatum. You're going to also have a pretty high-owned DeJounte Murray, who I also love, but he's going to be lower-owned on DK. So I've got him on both sides. On FanDuel, he's like a cash game lock. On DraftKings, if you can get to that 10-6, if we get enough value, I think he's a really strong play. But I could have easily made that case for KD as well, especially depending on who ends up playing for Miami tonight. Bam, as I was saying, we don't even know who's necessarily playing. I love the matchup against Brooklyn. It's a great spot. Tough loss for them last night in Milwaukee. And then they have the road back-to-back, but they try to win every game. They play really hard. And I think Bam has too good of a matchup against these Nets that I just can't resist it. So I'm going to be all over Bam tonight on DK. It's a little harder to get to him on FanDuel at 9,900. If Butler was announced out or something, maybe we could do that. But we don't know what's going to happen with Trey tonight. That's another big, legit questionable. I really like Bogdanovich either way. I think we're going to be talking about a lot of Atlanta guys if Trey's out. Obviously, DeLon Wright and Kevin Huerter and Danilo Gallinari. And these guys are, other than Wright, all in play anyway. But Bogdanovich being my favorite of the bunch, I think he has a really good chance of getting 40 plus in a great game environment that you want to attack. Very hard to attack it on the Bulls side because they're pricing, but Bogdanovich certainly makes a lot of sense. On FanDuel, you've got DeJounte Murray, who I have as a top play. Again, I already mentioned that. It's just basically like almost a lock for me at 9,600 over there. I'm not going to totally lock him in because I like other guards, but I think he's a really, really strong play. Jason Tatum, great play on both sides, even cheaper on FanDuel, very hard to resist over there. Same Marcus Smart, same price, really like him on both sides. Another guy who I'm using a bunch of who I didn't list here is Malik Monk. Nothing too groundbreaking there. And then I love Butler's price actually on both sides tonight, and people might be down on him because of the bad game last night. And if we don't get more value and Butler is in, I really like him in this type of matchup. I think he's going to bounce back strong, and I think we're going to have a shot at 50 plus fantasy points from him. He's a better play on FanDuel, but he's a good play on both sides. Then I've got Reggie Jackson and Russell Westbrook. I think that they're both strong plays. I like Jackson, I guess, is sort of the more obvious one. He's going to be more popular, but I'll play Westbrook at 7K. I'll just keep doing it. It even worked out last time he put up 40 FanDuel points, and he was terribly inefficient. If he has one of his, semi-efficient games one of these days, we're going to see a 50 plus, and at the ownership he's at, I'm very happy to take those shots. So like a lot of guards, as you can see on FanDuel, but Jackson and Westbrook, I'll definitely have those paired together. And the guy who's not pictured on here on FanDuel who I love is Luka. I think Luka and Steph also make a lot of sense. There's just a lot of really good guards to choose from. So where I'm playing Luka and Steph, I'm trying to squeeze Murray into those lineups also because they're the same price as Murray and Steph. And you can potentially, from that trio, get your 200 fantasy points, and then you're off to the races if we get the right value that opens up later on today. We'll be live at 5:45 Eastern time. And for everybody at TrueDFS, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Please like and subscribe, and let's do better tonight than we did last night. Good luck, everybody.